Jeremy blinked, his hand frozen on the doorknob. The stranger, tall, with rain-slicked black hair and eyes the color of midnight, didn't wait for a full yes. He stepped inside, shaking off water like a dog fresh from a swim. "Name's Alex," he introduced himself, setting the bags on the kitchen counter with a casual ease that made Jeremy's small Brooklyn apartment feel even smaller. Jeremy mumbled his own name, trying to play it cool, but inside, alarms were blaring. He wasn't used to this. Invitations from handsome strangers, especially not ones who looked like they stepped out of a cologne ad, muscles straining under a wet delivery jacket. It had been a rough year for Jeremy. At 28, he'd clawed his way up from a dead-end barista job to a graphic designer gig at a midtown agency. But his personal life was a wreckage. His last relationship ended in flames 6 months ago when his ex, Mark, cheated with a coworker. "You're too clingy, Mark had spat during their final fight, leaving Jeremy to nurse wounds in solitude. Now, here was Alex, unpacking avocados and craft beer like it was no big deal, chatting about the traffic on the Brooklyn Bridge. "You live alone?" Alex asked, glancing around at the minimalist decor. Posters of indie bands, a stack of unread books on queer history, and a half-finished painting on an easel. Jeremy nodded, feeling exposed. "Yeah, just me and my cat, Whiskers. She's probably hiding from the thunder." Alex laughed, a deep, genuine sound that warmed the room. "Lucky cat. This place is cozy. Beats my shoebox in Queens." They talked for what felt like minutes but stretched into an hour, about favorite dive bars in Williamsburg, the absurdity of subway delays, and how Alex had moved to the city from a small town in Texas to chase acting dreams, delivering groceries to pay the bills. By the time Alex left, promising to "catch you next time," Jeremy was hooked. He replayed the encounter in his mind that night, staring at the ceiling as rain pattered on. Was it flirtation, or just New York friendliness? The next delivery came a week later, and Alex asked to come in again. This time with a six-pack he accidentally added to the order. "Figured you could use it after a long day," he said with a wink. Jeremy's defenses crumbled. They shared beers on the couch, legs brushing accidentally, sparks flying like 4th of July fireworks. Their routine evolved quickly. Alex's deliveries turned into hangouts. Pizza nights watching old Hitchcock films, walks through Prospect Park under autumn leaves. Jeremy opened up about his past, growing up gay in conservative upstate New York, the bullying, the isolation. Alex listened, his hand occasionally squeezing Jeremy's knee in solidarity. "I get it," Alex shared. "My folks disowned me when I came out at 18. Moved here to start fresh." Their first kiss happened on a crisp October evening, after a heated debate about the best bagel spot in the city. Alex leaned in, lips tasting of cinnamon from their coffee, and Jeremy melted. But doubts crept in. Alex was evasive about his schedule, often canceling plans last minute with vague excuses about auditions or family drama. Jeremy pushed it aside, drowning in the romance. The way Alex's touch sent shivers down his spine. The whispered, "I think I'm falling for you," during a midnight stroll across the Manhattan Bridge. They explored the city together. Hidden speakeasies in the East Village, drag shows in Hell's Kitchen, pride parades where they held hands unapologetically. Jeremy felt alive, seen, for the first time in years. Yet, as winter blanketed the city in snow, cracks appeared. Alex's phone buzzed incessantly during their dates, and he'd step away to answer in hushed tones. "Just work," he'd say, but his eyes darted. Jeremy tried to ignore it, focusing on the good, the surprise weekend getaway to the Hamptons, where they made love under starry skies, bodies entwined in a rented beach house. "You're my anchor in this crazy city," Alex murmured, and Jeremy believed him. One fateful night, after a heated argument about Alex's flakiness, Jeremy snooped. He found texts on Alex's unlocked phone, flirty messages to someone named Chris, plans for drinks that coincided with canceled dates. Heart-shattering, Jeremy confronted him. "Who the hell is Chris?" he demanded, voice breaking. Alex's face paled. "It's not what you think," he stammered, but the truth tumbled out. Chris was an ex, back in town, pulling strings. Betrayal hit like a subway train. Jeremy kicked him out into the snow, slamming the door on what felt like his last shot at love. The days blurred into a haze of numbness. Jeremy buried himself in work, sketching logos and banners until his eyes burned. But every pixel reminded him of Alex's smile. Friends dragged him to brunches in Chelsea, urging him to download dating apps. But he couldn't. Give it time, his best friend Lila said over mimosas at a trendy spot overlooking the Hudson. New York's full of guys. You'll bounce back. But Jeremy didn't want to bounce. He wanted to understand why love always slipped through his fingers like sand. Flashbacks haunted him. Their first real date at a cozy Italian joint in Little Italy, where Alex fed him pasta and confessed dreams of starring on Broadway. Someday, I'll take you to my opening night, he'd promised. Now, those words felt like poison. Jeremy wandered the city alone, from the High Line's elevated paths to Central Park's frozen ponds, questioning everything. Was he too trusting? Too desperate for connection in a city that chewed up romantics? Then, a twist. Alex showed up at Jeremy's door unannounced, 2 weeks after the blowout, holding a bouquet of wilting roses and a soaked cardboard box. Please hear me out, he begged, snowflakes melting in his hair. Against his better judgment, Jeremy let him in the same way it all started. Alex spilled it all. Chris wasn't just an ex. He was a manipulative producer who'd promised Alex a breakout role in exchange for favors. I was stupid. Just thought I could handle it without hurting you. But I love you. Real love. Not this bullshit. Jeremy's anger boiled over. Love? You lied to my face. They argued for hours, voices echoing off the walls, dredging up insecurities. Alex admitted his fear of failure, how the acting world demanded compromises that eroded his soul. I came to New York to be free, but I'm more trapped than ever. Tears streamed down his face, and for a moment, Jeremy saw the broken boy beneath the charm. The one disowned by family, scraping by on dreams and deliveries. They didn't reconcile that night. Jeremy needed space, sending Alex away with a tentative maybe. But seeds of forgiveness sprouted. Jeremy reflected on his own flaws, the clinginess Mark accused him of, born from abandonment issues. He sought therapy, sessions in a cramped office on the Upper West Side, unpacking layers of hurt. Love isn't perfect, his therapist said. It's about choosing each other despite the mess. Meanwhile, Alex fought his demons. He cut ties with Chris, quitting the shady audition circuit for honest work, landing a small role in an off-Broadway play through legitimate channels. He texted Jeremy updates, not pushing, just sharing. Opening night next month. No strings. Jeremy attended, heart pounding in the dim theater. Watching Alex on stage, vulnerable under spotlights, stirred something deep. After the show, in the lobby buzzing with applause, they embraced. I'm sorry, Alex whispered. Let me prove it. Their reunion was cautious, built on transparency. Dates turned intimate again, but with boundaries. Shared calendars, open phones. They navigated the holidays together. Thanksgiving with Lila's queer-found family in Harlem, Christmas lights in Diker Heights. Romance reignited, laced with deeper understanding. Alex's touch now carried weight, a promise etched in every caress. But conflict loomed anew. Alex's play gained traction, attracting attention from Hollywood scouts. Offers poured in, a pilot in LA, callbacks in Chicago. This could be my big break, Alex confided one night in Jeremy's bed, city sirens wailing outside. Jeremy's stomach twisted. What about us? Long distance. Alex hesitated, eyes conflicted. I don't know, but I want you with me. Jealousy flared when Jeremy discovered Alex lunching with a co-star. Photos splashed on theater gossip blogs. Just networking, Alex insisted. But echoes of Chris haunted Jeremy. They clashed in a Brooklyn bar, drinks fueling accusations. You're slipping away, Jeremy yelled. Alex grabbed his hand. No, I'm fighting for us. Come to LA with me. The proposal hung heavy. A leap across the country, uprooting Jeremy's life. Highs and lows intertwined. A romantic getaway to Niagara Falls, where they renewed vows of commitment under thundering waters. But back in the city, doubts resurfaced. Jeremy's agency offered a promotion, tying him to New York. I can't just leave, he told Alex during a tearful dinner at their favorite Thai spot in Astoria. Alex's face fell. Then what? We end. The climax hit during a blizzard that paralyzed the city. Stranded in Jeremy's apartment, power flickering, they confronted the abyss. I betrayed you once, Alex admitted, huddled under blankets. But staying means giving up my dream. Leaving means losing you. Jeremy's heart ached. Love shouldn't force choices like that. In the candlelit darkness, they made love one last time. Raw and desperate, bodies speaking what words couldn't. Dawn brought clarity. Jeremy realized forcing Alex to stay would breed resentment. Go chase your stars, he said, voice steady despite the pain. Alex pulled him close. This isn't goodbye. It's see you soon. They parted with promises of visits, but Jeremy knew the odds. Hollywood's glamour versus New York's grit. Months dragged on, a chasm widening with each coast-to-coast call. Jeremy threw himself into work, landing a big client, a campaign for a LGBTQ+ nonprofit in Greenwich Village. Success tasted bittersweet without Alex to celebrate. He dated casually, a bar hookup here, a coffee meetup there, but nothing stuck. You're still hung up on him? Lila observed during a Pride Month parade, rainbow flags waving wildly. Alex's updates came sporadically. Table reads with A-listers, red carpet events. Instagram showed him thriving, arm around co-stars at parties. Jealousy gnawed at Jeremy, but he swallowed it, replying with encouragement. Deep down, he feared the inevitable. Alex moving on in Tinseltown's fast lane. Then betrayal struck again, this time from afar. A tabloid headline screamed, "Rising star Alex Rivera spotted cozy with co-star." Photos showed Alex kissing a handsome actor at a Sunset strip club. Jeremy's world shattered anew. He called, voice trembling. Is it true? Alex's silence confirmed it. It was a mistake, The pressure here. I got lonely. Excuses poured out, fame's isolation, constant scrutiny. But Jeremy had heard enough. We're done, he said, hanging up, tears blurring his vision. Grief consumed him. He wandered Manhattan streets, from Times Square's neon chaos to the quiet of Washington Square Park, questioning love's cruelty. Why did vulnerability always lead to pain? Therapy helped unpack it. Patterns from childhood, seeking affirmation in flawed partners. Heal yourself first, his therapist advised. In a twist of fate, Jeremy volunteered at a youth center in the Bronx, mentoring queer teens navigating coming out. Their stories mirrored his rejection, resilience. One kid, Miguel, reminded him of young Alex. Dreamy, defiant. Don't let fear win, Jeremy told him, words he needed himself. News of Alex filtered through mutual friends. The fling fizzled, but his career soared. A lead role in a Netflix series about gay icons. Jeremy felt a mix of pride and sorrow. Then, an unexpected package arrived. A script from Alex, titled Unexpected Delivery, with a note. This is our story. Forgive me? Jeremy read it in one sitting, heart racing. It captured their whirlwind. The rainy meet-cute, passionate nights, painful riffs. But the ending diverged. Characters reunited, choosing love over ambition. Touched, Jeremy flew to LA on impulse using saved vacation days. Confrontation at Alex's Hollywood Hills apartment was electric. You turned our pain into art? Jeremy accused, but his eyes softened. Alex, looking weary under the glamour, confessed, it was therapy. Made me realize I screwed up the best thing in my life. They talked through the night, pool lights shimmering below. Alex admitted the industry's toxicity, hookups as coping mechanisms, but none filled the void Jeremy left. Dawn brought reconciliation. Come back to New York, Jeremy urged. Alex shook his head. The show's filming their next season. Fate, right? Laughter mingled with tears. They kissed, reigniting flames thought extinguished. Back in Brooklyn, they rebuilt slowly. Alex commuted for shoots but prioritized Jeremy, therapy together, couples retreats in the Catskills. Conflicts arose. Alex's fame brought paparazzi, invading privacy. A heated fight erupted when a fan flirted aggressively at a premiere, Jeremy storming out. I can't compete with your world, he yelled in their hotel suite. But they evolved. Alex scaled back, choosing indie projects over blockbusters. Jeremy freelanced, gaining flexibility. They adopted a dog, Buster, symbolizing commitment. Intimate moments deepened. Lazy Sundays in bed, debating politics over coffee. Volunteering together at Pride events, advocating for LGBTQ+ rights. High drama peaked when Alex's ex, Chris, resurfaced with blackmail threats. Old photos from their entanglement. He wants hush money, Alex panicked. Jeremy stood firm. We'll fight it together. They went public, turning scandal into advocacy. An interview with a major outlet, exposing Hollywood's predatory underbelly. Support flooded in, fans, allies, even celebrities. Chris backed off, discredited. Through it all, their bond strengthened, forged in fire. Jeremy learned self-worth. Alex, humility. Romance bloomed anew. A surprise proposal in Central Park, under cherry blossoms. Marry me, Ja. Let's write our own ending. Wedding planning consumed their spring. They opted for intimate, a rooftop ceremony in Dumbo, Brooklyn Bridge silhouetted at sunset. Friends and found family gathered. Lila as maid of honor, Miguel as ring bearer. Vows exchanged tears. You turned a simple delivery into destiny, Jeremy said. Alex replied, through betrayals and miles, you taught me love's true meaning. Honeymoon in Hawaii brought bliss. Hiking volcanoes, snorkeling reefs, bodies tangled in oceanfront villas. Back home, they settled into married life. A brownstone in Park Slope, Buster chasing squirrels in the yard. Careers balanced. Jeremy's design firm thrived, specializing in inclusive branding. Alex starred in a Broadway revival, earning Tony nods. But life wasn't fairy tale perfect. Arguments flared over mundane things. Chores, finances. Alex's travel for press tours tested fidelity vows. One night, after a solo trip, he confessed temptation. A co-star hit on me. I walked away, but it scared me. Jeremy hugged him. We're human. Communication is our armor. They gave back, founding a nonprofit for queer youth, inspired by their journeys. Galas in Manhattan raised funds. Mentorship programs changed lives. Miguel, now thriving, credited them. You showed me love wins. Years passed, seasons cycling like New York's moods. On their 5th anniversary, amid a global pandemic, they quarantined together, cooking experiments, virtual game nights with friends. Isolation deepened intimacy, but surfaced old wounds. Remember when I almost lost you? Alex mused during a rooftop picnic. Jeremy nodded. Twice, but we chose us. A health scare hit. Jeremy's routine checkup revealed a lump, benign, but terrifying. Alex nursed him through biopsies, holding hands in sterile hospitals. Can't lose you, he whispered. Recovery brought perspective. Life's fragility, love's endurance. In quieter moments, they reflected on growth. Jeremy, once insecure, now confident. Alex, from drifter to devoted. Their story inspired others. A book deal for the script, adapted into a film starring Alex with Jeremy consulting. Conflict's shadow lingered subtly. Alex's fame attracted envy. A stalker incident forced security measures. Jeremy felt overshadowed at events, but they navigated with therapy, emerging stronger. The narrative arc closed on a poignant note. On a rainy evening, echoing their beginning, Alex delivered groceries. A playful reenactment. Mind if I come in? He grinned, bags in hand. Jeremy laughed, pulling him close. Always. Their love, born from unexpected delivery, weathered storms of betrayal and distance, emerging resilient. It wasn't flawless, but human, profound in its imperfections. In America's melting pot, they found home in each other, a testament to forgiveness, growth, and the redemptive power of connection. As city lights twinkled below, Jeremy whispered, Heart still skips for you. Alex smiled. Mine too. Forever. In the end, their tale wasn't just romance. It was a beacon for those navigating love's turbulent seas. Amid New York's hustle, two souls intertwined, proving that even in betrayal's wake, humanity prevails. Choosing love, one unexpected step at a time.